tell me again. I got to introduce you.
It's like you put all the letters of my surname in a bucket and just shake it and just throw it.
Aristeguieta.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Well done.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Aristeguieta. So there's like an A in there.
Aristeguieta.
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 Yeah.
I put an A in there for some reason. Aristeguieta.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to say it really quickly tonight.
Aristeguieta.
Aristeguieta.
Yeah, Aristeguieta.
Aristeguieta. We had this conversation last time, I think. Anyway, I just had Ivan on a few months ago. It was one of our first gigs back, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did the corner.
And it's February in Melbourne, and stuff's sort of returning to normal. And this isn't really that normal. We're going to do a Year 12 function at a Catholic school.
I'm afraid, man.
In the western suburbs. Nah, you'll be good. I did it last year, and I was crapping myself, and I thought, but they're nice. Admittedly, it's a whole different year of kids this year.
Yeah.
But they were nice kids, and they're well behaved. It's the western suburbs, so it's.
Can we swear?
No, I wouldn't say fuck. You say shit or bloody.
Okay.
Well, you don't swear much, do you? Or?
No, but I do stuff about Australian lingo, and I do fucking,
Oh, you can say that.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think coming from you, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Oh, absolutely. As if these kids.
Yeah.
Last time, it's like, and it's got a weird title, this event. It's like a day of reflection. And I remember saying to these kids, these tough kids last year, what have you boys been reflecting about? Was it reflecting? It's some other word. And I said, you're reflecting how much stuff you're going to shoplift tomorrow? Or... They got a big laugh. And then I was picking on Ernie, who I think was the priest. It was about my age. He had a good sense of humour, Ernie. And the woman texted me and said, Ernie's back again. Pick on him again.
Ernie. How old is Ernie?
I'd be 50.
Okay.
I'd be 50, Ernie. So,
I did a gig once in Venezuela in
priests are big in Venezuela, aren't they? The Catholics are big, aren't
they?
Yeah,
Catholic, all over South America. And it was...
well, the Popes.
The Pope's Argentinian.
South American.
Yeah, South American. So I did it, it was in a school. It wasn't for the school, but it was the place of the gig. The venue was an outdoor gig it's like a massive playground of a Catholic school just for girls, and the teachers were nuns. And
Oh yeah.
And
convent kind of almost.
But I asked, are we doing this for the students or the teachers? Say no. This is for another thing. Like it's like
totally different function. Totally different.
They rented the place for that.
Sure.
And then I was in the middle of doing back in Venezuela. I had a blue, sort of bluish joke about getting a penis implant. Because in Venezuela, implants are very, like, plastic surgery is a massive thing in
really?
Yeah, it's the Caribbean, like Colombia, Venezuela, and Brazil.
Big industry.
Big industry. So big, and I kid you not, in Venezuela, banks give you a booby loan. A boob job loan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and they always get the money back because they're so happy with the boobs, and it's a common thing. Like everybody has the boob jobs.
Well, they're not happy with it. They're not. What are they? Not large-breasted. They want bigger breasts, do they?
The thing is the whole Miss Venezuela culture. And it's a terrible thing. Miss
Venezuela used to win Miss World all the time, didn't she?
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yeah. So I think we have 10 Miss Universes, and we're right at the top with America, 10 and 10.
That's incredible.
In Venezuela, the Miss Universe used to be as important as Grand Final.
Wow.
The Venezuelan contest, like who's going to pick the one who is going to go to Miss Universe, and then that was the second biggest, and the biggest show in Venezuela was a comedy show that we used to have every Monday. It was a long-running TV show in Venezuela. It was a sketch show.
Oh, maybe you talked about this.
And they prepared a 2-hour show special, mocking everything that happened in the Miss Venezuela.
Oh wow.
That year.
Oh wow.
And it was called Miss Chocosuela. And Chocosuela in Venezuela is a name for a beef cut, like a cut of meat. So and it's
funny.
It's Miss piece of meat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And how did that go over?
Oh, that was the best thing. Like making fun of the hosts, making fun of all the contestants, making fun of the how terrible the event was, like the dances and the music and the decoration of the set. It was the best. It was the best. So, but we took a tangent here. So
that's all right.
Long tangent. So I was in this place doing a blue joke on how to what would happen in Venezuela if you had a penis implant, and I see two nuns walking and being ushered to one of the seats, and I couldn't believe that. And at the end they said no, because they are the hosts of the venue. We thought about inviting them.
Thanks.
Down. Thank you. And they just destroyed the entire my mood changed so much.
Well, of course. Did they laugh or?
They were laughing at me, not with me.
Oh, right. Generally, I don't know if we've had nuns in the crowd, but I've definitely had vicars and priests, and they can have a good sense of humour. But they also appreciate what you do because they speak for a living,
Yeah.
They're up there.
That's true.
This guy, if he's the priest in a Western suburbs Catholic school, he would have seen it and heard everything, I reckon.
Absolutely.
This guy, he was a good guy, I remember, from last time. Knockabout.
Ernie.
Oh,
Australian?
yeah. Ernie, with a name like Ernie.
Well,
very
it
Aussie
could be
name.
Malaysian, we don't know.
Yeah, well, true. Indian, too.
Yeah.
Could be Indian Ernie, or Chinese with Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie.
Anyway, I reckon you'll go well here, because I reckon they'll love you. And also, there's a lot of children of immigrants here, too.
Nice.
There are lots of second generation.
So we're good. We got 20 minutes each?
Yeah. Well, I'll probably do 10, 15, you do 20. That's
Okay.
enough. Well, we'll see how we go.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 is fine.
Okay.
Just do your best of, and just
Okay.
we'll just do.
I'm going to do my cruise ship
Yes.
set list.
Yes.
That's the one.
Bunnings.
Yeah.
What's Australia like? You'd smash
Yeah,
on cruise ships, wouldn't you?
Yeah, tomato sauce and all the lingo and fucking, and sugar ride, bugger.
Yeah, they'll love all that. I reckon
Yeah.
they'll love it, mate. They won't even remember that I'm on, I reckon, by the time you come off. They'll see, when you MC a gig and they just see you as, not a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, you were good hosting the night. Yeah.
You were very funny. You should be a comedian.
Yeah, I've had that before.
You should be a comedian.
Well, the greatest one was you, when I MC'd a gig. You were great. You were awesome. You were great. And the guy looked at me and went, safe trip home, mate. That's great. Anyway.
I've got another gig after this.
Oh, yeah, so have I. Where are you going
I'm going
to?
to Cooper's.
Oh, I'm going to the city too. Bang!
Beautiful.
It's going to work really well. Man,
Where are you going?
I'm doing a private gig for a guy who's turning 50 called Anthony in a restaurant in Collins Street, and he doesn't want to be have shit hung on him.
Okay.
So, which is what I normally do at those gigs. So I've got to hang shit on his mates. And I was just reading about him while I was waiting for you in the car, and the woman, his daughter, who's like in her 20s, sent me a list of things to talk about, and he's married. He's been married a few times, and he's married to a Thai woman, and it just says "Don't go there" in brackets. So we'll see what. Just as well I read it because I've been doing a routine about.
But why do they mention it then?
I know, it's put it in my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in my head.
By the way, the expression "hanging shit."
Have you ever heard that anywhere else?
Yeah, no. Like you either throw it or smear it.
Yes.
Are you gonna hang shit?
Man, you should do that in your stand-up.
Like, I think the only poo you can hang will be like koala poopies. Like,
yes.
They're hard. Like you have to.
The harder ones.
Yeah, you have to put a bit of a hook on it,
Yeah.
and you can hang shit.
Right. See, this is we've been just. I was Aussie Bogan has been saying for so long, we've forgotten how stupid it is.
Hanging shit.
But I've been doing a routine about going through my exposure sites. You know when they do the thing with COVID and they say, oh, you were at the... You know, there was a woman who was at Dan Murphy's twice and then a bong shop. And everyone laughs about that. And my routine ends with me at a Thai massage place. So just as well, I've read the thing. Imagine that.
So you're not going straight to the... Like, you can say that. People will laugh as he doesn't know.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. No. Well, as we drive past one. All right, well, look, keep listening because we are going to go do the gig now. And Ivan Aristeguieta...
Perfect, thank you.
We'll be back in the car with me, and we'll let you know how the... Because God knows, Year 12 Catholics, boys and girls, and a few teachers, and Ernie the priest. Look, anything could happen, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be all right. All right. Hello, and we're back on the debrief. We've done the Catholic school, and what wasn't really the triumph that we thought it would be.
Oh my God!
It was so it's in a function centre, and they had a stage, but the audience was a bit removed from the stage. They had candles burning on a table. Where last year I was standing in front of that table and I nearly caught fire because this woman yelled out, "You're on fire!" I'm like, God. I am on fire." She's like, "No, you're literally on fire." I'm like, oh shit.
So these are candles. They look like
it's a
Catholic candles. You know, with the tall glasses. They look like they're what do you call it, like a vase. Yeah. Like the thing that holds the candle looks like it has the same shape of the candle, and massive Christian Catholic church candles.
Yes.
It looked a bit weird, but the audience looked great.
Oh, we got there, and they're so friendly. The teachers are so great because you know. The teachers are down to earth, and well-behaved kids, and I went on first, and I reckon within about 3 minutes I'm like panicking because I'm like, oh no, I just thought it was going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Oh no. And there were tough kids yelling out, and I suggested that they get a trade, and they got a. Oh, I said, shouldn't you have left school by now, mate?
Yep.
They got a.
Yeah.
And then later on, there was a guy who said he was a social youth worker, and I said, turn around, there's some work on the table behind you, mate. The tough kids.
You did a brilliant job. I laughed. You made me laugh very loudly. And the one about you were hanging shit on the PE.
A PE teacher, Luke. Yeah.
And then you say that they usually look very good, and they're good looking, and they end up marrying a
Year 12 girl.
A Year 12 girl, and their reaction was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, which is true. That used to happen in the 70s and the 80s. All the PE teachers were dodgy, but not so much anymore. But that got a good reaction. But then, you go into bits of material and stuff, and I talk about my teenage son, but they're teenagers themselves. So
they're
kind of like, what are you hanging shit on us? And I was seriously looking at my watch. I kept looking at my watch.
Have I done enough?
Have I done enough? Then I got to 15. I went, yep, no, that's it. And did you notice? I tried to do a bit. I got nothing. I went. Anyway, we've got a very special guest here, guys. I couldn't even bring you on to a laugh. I'm like, we've got a special guest here, guys. And he's from Venezuela. And you went on and you did well. You did the swearing stuff.
And then I started losing them. Like the energy went down after.
People will get up and go to the toilet. Like, did you notice that?
Yeah, lots of that. Like 3 minutes in. So the first 3 minutes they laughed, and then they were like, I think they saw that maybe the teachers were not happy with me swearing. I just said, and then there was no reaction. Like I think I lost them when they started, because I have this joke about for the listeners that I use the word baga instead of, and
but then
their reaction is always so good when I told this joke, and I lost them because they didn't know the meaning of the word baga, and they started Googling the word baga, and I encouraged that because I thought they were gonna, and then after that I lost them. Like I had no way of coming back.
They were all, as you said, literally they had their phones out and they were Googling bugger.
Yeah.
And then anyway.
And it's interesting because when you know what the word is about.
Everyone over 30 would know.
Yeah,
bugger. But you'd think over 25.
But when you Google it, it just says sodomy.
Yeah, right.
And it's not as funny when you actually Google it and click on images and there's nothing funny in it.
Do you reckon they'll get complaints?
Oh my God.
Not from the students, I reckon from the teacher. the teachers or something.
Because there's more stuff like how in that joke, but I lost them. I got nervous, and then I got out of place after that. I went, what am I going to do now?
Yeah. Right, well, you did your time. You stayed on stage.
I think this is the first bad gig of the year of 2021.
It wasn't that bad. Just think of the. Well, probably same for me too. But I try and think of the good times where they all, like, you know, where they have a good reaction.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was just picking on the teachers. I just remembered all their names.
But in 20 minutes, I think I had 5 good laughs. In 20 minutes.
Yeah, right. Well, that's, you know, I mean, I did another group of Year 12s the other day, and they're bloody hard work, I got to say. It's not easy, I don't reckon. I don't reckon it's easy.
Not easy.
It's just they're kind of, like at the start, I thought I was just not going to get them at all.
Yeah.
Because I had a crack at that kid, the tough kid.
Oh my God.
And then I just thought, oh no, this is like, because I did teaching years ago, I studied to be a teacher. And I was flashing back to teaching rounds where you would just lose the class. Like you would just people would start talking and you'd start panicking and sweating. And
one of the great things, that Russian teacher that...
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
Alex. So what happened, there was this Russian teacher who's 70 and he came towards it because I'm going, hey mate, like this. And I'm saying, do you know where you are and all that stuff, which I do to older people. And he came towards the stage. And what did he grab the mic?
He grabbed it, like, I was like, what is he going to say? Like, he's going to do something
I thought
negative.
He was going to, I thought it could go either way. I thought he was going to have a laugh or just go, this is so inappropriate. I want these guys to finish. But he was good. What did he say?
He was like, I am old, I can't see, I can hear, and I'm an idiot.
That's right.
That's it. So I thought it reminded me, you know, that Eminem movie called the Mile 8 or the 8 Mile.
That's a great movie. I love it.
And he actually wins the
rap
battle because he started hanging shit on himself.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, this Russian.
Oh, he'll become a legend at school now.
Yeah. He instead of fighting back, he went, "You're right, I'm an idiot."
He was funny, and then I said, he had a very strong Russian accent. I said, wow, it was like on the Bourne movie or something when the Russian mob boss is going to kill me.
Yeah. That joke about the history, I love it, and didn't work.
Oh, which one?
Like, he's probably a history teacher because he was there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but I just thought of it then. That was I should say ancient history. Do you teach ancient history? Because you were probably there, mate. But, look, you know, this is why I don't do school gigs, because it's just, they can be heartbreaking. And I reckon they're the toughest crowd is teenagers. I would rather do I did an old people's home before lockdown. It was like not an old people's home, but where you go before that, like a retirement village. Yeah. And they know what bugger is. You know what I mean? Yeah, they were fantastic. And I'd much rather do that than Year 12s.
What's the difference between a retirement village and an old people's house?
Oh, okay. Retirement villages, you're independent. You get your own flat, you get your own apartment or whatever. Okay. But you can have meals together if you want. There's and so they live like in a community, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very Western thing, isn't it? I remember reading this thing about a refugee from Iraq or Iran. He said he couldn't believe old people's homes. He goes, we don't have them. They just don't exist. Yeah. Because it's a Western concept to put your old people away in these homes. Yeah.
Well, I saw it wasn't a TED Talk, but it looks like a TED Talk on YouTube about aging healthy, and they talk about these places called the blue zones.
Oh, yeah? I've read the book.
Yeah, it's just blue because there's a color to the references of Okinawa and in Italy. And
there's the Seven-Day Adventists, the Californian Seven-Day Adventists.
Yeah, and Italy.
Italy and Malta or something like that.
Yeah, and they said one thing is the sense of purpose. And these are communities where old people are actually respected and they're important.
They're
valued. So they're not dismissed
and disposed.
Yeah. So that's...
well, you know what, but in our job, we can keep doing this till you're 80, really.
Yeah.
You know what, there's going to be a big audience.
George Carlin did it until he was in his late 70s.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I think he did the Madison Square Garden the month before he died.
Wow. Oh, I mean, I work with Rod Quantock occasionally. You may not have met Rod. He's like
I've seen him a couple of times.
yeah, he's fantastic. And he'd be like late 60s.
Yeah.
All right, we can do our questions. What these are the questions I ask everyone. What went well tonight?
What went well? I think. Well, you're talking to you when you talk to the teachers.
Yeah. But even that didn't absolutely go that well.
Yeah.
Went okay. It gets a reaction, doesn't it?
You talked to a couple of kids, like what's his name, Michael, and then the other one. With that one, there was a couple. What else?
But I mean, I think they liked your, perspective on the swearing and stuff.
I had 3 or 4 jokes that worked.
Yeah.
And then the rest was nothing.
So that what didn't go well?
Well, after the bugger, like half of the jokes of bugger didn't go well. The going off, that actually worked.
Yeah, that was good. That went off. That went off.
Yeah, they went off. They went off.
Well, were there any organisational hazards? There were quite a few actually. Like what? How could that room be improved?
The lights. So the audience was too.
They're too bright, weren't they?
Too bright, so they can see the faces of everybody.
Yeah.
And we know that doesn't work in comedy. Like people
like to be in the dark.
People like to be behind something. Like they don't want to see. They don't want to know that someone's looking at you when you laugh at specific jokes.
Yeah.
And probably that wasn't the other word for me, because if I'm doing swear words and being a bit naughty. For a Catholic school, like the kids are constantly looking at the teachers.
Yeah, it's had a teacher on each table.
yeah.
Well, funny. How can we do better next time? Maybe we'll send someone else. You got to think though, who could do that gig? Who would you send? You know, it's a hard.
I think. Well, I will actually. I've done. Did you do the funny zone? The funny?
No.
It was Wes Snelling was organizing that in the art center.
Yes.
In the art center. So this is like preparing kids for class clowns.
Sure. Like I've never done it, but yeah.
So I did it a couple of times, and I actually and you give a little bit of workshop, and then you help them with the material, and then at the same night later in the afternoon. The parents and family will come to as an audience, and the professional comedian who gave the workshop will be the headliner, and there's a guy who is doing the MC.
Yeah, right.
And I work with kids with 14, 13, 16 years old, and I think if you do a comedy night, like a 5 or 7 of these class clowns.
Get them involved. Do
like a because they will preach to the choir.
Yes. Yeah, they'll get all their mates on board.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, the good thing is we're both going off to do other gigs now. So when you have a tough gig, it's important to do another gig straight away.
Yeah, it's getting back on the horse.
At least we won't have the night to think about it.
We're getting back on the horse.
I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night and go, what are they?
Because I was gonna the jokes that I'm gonna try. So I'm working on this material about tall poppy syndrome.
About what?
Tall poppy syndrome.
Oh, tall poppy. Yeah, very Australian. Very Australian.
I was gonna. I thought today, like, I'm not gonna do this material in front of kids. Like, I don't know if they're gonna take this or not. But that's what I'm doing. I'll let you know if I do well or not.
I'm sure you do well. You'll be after a gig, a difficult gig.
There's always
like
a great gig.
I think you always go. You sort of, and also there'll be adults. There won't be kids.
Yeah.
And what's coming up for you this year? Are you going to do touring or?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing Melbourne Comedy Festival,
Great.
Perth Comedy Festival, Sydney Comedy Festival, and then I'm doing a couple of gigs. One in Mount. I keep forgetting. No. In Mangambia in South Australia.
Oh yeah, Mangambia.
One night with Keith Howard Jackson and Kelvin Naves. You know Keith?
Oh, I know Calvin. I know Calvin Naves. Adelaide. Yeah. Adelaide.
Yeah. And I'm also doing Tasmania.
Oh, fantastic.
Jokers.
Oh yeah, Gavin. Yeah, great.
Yeah, and also Fresh Comedy in Launceston.
Fantastic.
So Joker's in Hobart and Fresh Comedy in Launceston. What else?
Because I was going to suggest me and you.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, great. Me and you, we should book in a tour of schools, yeah? Imagine that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
No, thank you.
But it's interesting. There's a moment like for comedians like us. If early 20s, we can work with that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm older than you.
But there is a big
Yeah.
I don't know how to call it, like cultural
Yes, gap. It's like a gap. It's a gap.
between 18 and 24.
Yes, it's a very good point. Yeah, if that was say, I'm trying to think of a really young comic, they may have done better.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
Or a bit more someone like Sam Campbell.
Yeah. Oh, a bit
a bit
intellectual.
weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a bit weird.
Yeah. Or just like a younger, like Tommy Little, like someone in the 30s. You know, like maybe. Oh no, I'm in my 50s, so I'm their dad's age basically. In fact, a lot of their dads are a bit younger than me. So.
Oh my God.
Oh well. Anyway, we've done it. We're out of there. We're going to other gigs. So thanks, Ivan.
Thank you, Dave.
And we'll live to fight another day. Don't worry. We're both going to go to Gibbs and absolutely smash it now. That's what's going to happen now.
You know. No, I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
You know what Ronins are, like the Wanderer samurais.
Yeah.
I've always related. So the samurais who don't have
a tribe, or
they don't have a family, they don't have a boss, they don't have a master to serve.
Yeah.
So they call Ronins. So and they just wander and get on fights. And I think comedians, although our community is very tight and very beautiful, we're very individuals. They're just going on fights,
Yeah.
and we either die or kill. And if we
Yes. Yeah,
So,
we are.
Like with this fight didn't work well. We're a bit injured. But
Yes.
we'll get stronger after this.
That's a very good analogy.
Yeah.
I really like it. Oh well. And we were so positive. You listened to the start of this podcast.
Yeah.
We were up and about. Anyway, that's life in the comedy world.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Ivan Aristeguieta.
Goodbye, bro.
Ah, there we go. Buenos dias?
Buenos.
Say hello and goodbye in Spanish or something. I reckon there'll be some Spanish people listening somewhere.
Hello is hola.
Hola, yeah.
Hola. And goodbye is so see you later is hasta luego. Goodbye could be ciao. Goodbye, adios.
Adios.
And good night will be buenas noches.
Yeah. And how do you say I'm never doing a gig at a school again in Spanish?
No vuelvo a hacer un show en un colegio con adolescentes. With teenagers. Adolescentes.
Yeah. Thanks, Ivan.
Thank you.